welcome to the video. My name is S, and I love Sea of Thieves. Rare's 2017 Pirate Sandbox game is a world that I have spent many hours in, and it's honestly one of those games that I am always recommending. I have around 1,000 hours in Sea of Thieves, and I still have plenty of content to play, commendations to earn, and ultimately, fun to have. Whether you're looking to dig up treasure, hunt down dastardly skeleton fleets, fancy a bit of storytelling, or you just want to sail around and see what you find, there's always an adventure waiting around the corner, especially if you've got a friend or two to join you. An average session for me involves trying to do a few voyages, getting sidetracked, and ultimately just messing around until we turn back to the outpost to earn a few coins from whatever we've collected. I feel like Sea of Thieves offers a lot, but truth be told, it's not perfect. So should you pick it up in 2025? Let's talk about it. Let me just answer the question of the video immediately. Do I think you should play Sea of Thieves right now if you're curious about it? Plain and simply, yes. This game has downsides, but I cannot deny that it's fantastically fun, especially with friends. The sandbox nature of Sea of Thieves lets you, within reason, basically do whatever piratey stuff you want. Whether you just want to explore and find riches, or plunder your fellow pirates, and I am proof that even with 1,000 hours, there is still plenty of enjoyment to be had. Now, I'd love to talk a little bit more about my approach to this game, and how I'm still enjoying it after 7 years, but for now, let's talk a little bit about the gameplay loop, and how the game works. In Sea of Thieves, you load into a session by waking up in a tavern on one of 7 different outposts. You gear up and the world is quite literally yours for the taking, to do whatever you want. You can do different quests called voyages, or you can tackle the story missions called Tall Tales, or you can just free roam around with your boat around the different islands. Whatever you do and whatever you collect to sell, you'll earn gold and reputation. And that's the main form of progression in this game, leveling up the various in-game factions and earning commendations, which are in-game achievements. These allow you to unlock better and more impressive cosmetics, and the cosmetics are how you show off your progression. That's it. There's no better guns, no better ships, everyone is on equal footing. Some people just look prettier than others. I will just add here quickly that there is like a battle pass system, but it's entirely ignorable, and a lot of the premium tier content is made available separately at a later date, whether that's for in-game currency or via premium currency in the Pirate Emporium store. But much like everything else, there's no gameplay advantage here if you do buy stuff with real money, so it's not something you have to engage with. As someone who plays Sea of Thieves casually, I've never done any grinding on the factions or on the commendations. I'll check my progress sometimes, but I don't stress about it, and even so, I've unlocked a lot of very cool stuff. I'm satisfied with my progress. The way I play means that I always have a goal to look forward to, even if I'm not strictly trying to achieve it all the time. Honestly, I think that playing Sea of Thieves in a casual manner is the best way to go about it, and I think that's why I still enjoy it so much, and I think other people will enjoy it too. That's not to say that I don't try, but in my opinion, this game is best enjoyed if you just play, and you're silly with your pirate friends, and you don't stress about getting the coolest hat, or having a really flashy ship layout. Grab yourself a small crew, sail to the horizon and see where it takes you. But if you do want to sink your teeth into it, let me assure you that Sea of Thieves has plenty to offer. For example, Sea of Thieves has
19 tall tale story missions including official Pirates of the Caribbean and Monkey Island crossovers, buried treasure quests, riddle treasure quests, treasure vaults, skeleton bounties, ghost ship bounties, merchant contracts, cargo runs, lost shipment voyages, fishing voyages, hunting voyages, smuggling runs, reaper rituals, reaper searches, Legend of the Veil, and medley and pirate legend variants of the various voyages. There's also world events, including skeleton forts, sea forts, fort of fortune, skeleton fleets, ghost fleets, skeleton lord battles, burning blade mega ship battles, kraken encounters, megalodon encounters, and manual raid variants of these encounters if they don't naturally spawn.
Unfortunately, Sea of Thieves being a fun, content-rich sandbox is not the tale that you typically see online, and honestly, I wouldn't blame you if that's what you know about the game. Truth be told, Sea of Thieves has slowed down a bit lately, and with the various changes at Microsoft and Rare over the last few years, it's no guess as to why. But there's still updates and things being added, reworks of existing systems, and updates to make the gameplay loop smoother. From some of the stuff you hear online, you'd think that Sea of Thieves has all been but abandoned by the devs, when that isn't true at all. The updates aren't as dynamic as they could and should be, but the game is far from deserted. But when you have players with way more hours than I have, with every commendation, every bit of content completed, well, you're going to get complaints. I think it's a matter of perspective on this one. If you've played a game for 7 years and gotten thousands of hours out of it, and you're sort of running out of ways to enjoy it, then it makes sense that you might be a little bit upset. Though I don't think it justifies calling Sea of Thieves dead and contentless. It's a rich game with so much content that I think some newcomers would actually find it daunting. It's just that after a game being available since, 2017, you're going to find people who have done everything. And those players are often the most vocal. In that sense, to me, it feels a little bit like my experience with Destiny 2. Now, I don't want to have to find any footage of Destiny 2, so I'm not going to talk for a long time about this, but it's the idea that new players are sort of inundated with stuff to do, but the long-time players are bored. It's a tough one. This is why I think my casual approach to Sea of Thieves is the better one. I don't think this game was designed to be something that you grind or play for hours upon hours a day. You can certainly play that way, but it's far more enjoyable to take it easy. In fact, I think there's a lot of signs that point to the fact that Sea of Thieves wasn't really built around people grinding out content. It's part of the reason why the gold economy in the game is so weird. It's why you have some items worth less than 1,000 gold, when others can give multiple tens of thousands. It's why cosmetics added early in the game's lifespan are only a few thousand gold to purchase, whilst the newer added stuff is often hundreds of thousands to millions. I believe Sea of Thieves wasn't built around insane grind and grifting, but the devs knew that they needed to find a way for people to sink their in-game cash, because they were doing the grinding anyway. Thus the crazy inflated prices of some of the items. Now, let me just reiterate that I don't think it's wrong to play Sea of Thieves by grinding out all the content and maximizing your gold gains. People can enjoy games however they like, but if your goal when new content drops is to immediately grind out all the new achievements, then you're setting yourself up to be bored and disappointed. I don't know, that might be an unpopular opinion. And I'm not saying that Rare is innocent in all of this, because honestly, yes, they could make more and better content, and they could stop supporting old gen so they can actually grow the game like it needs. But if you want to play the game, or start playing it for that matter, there has to be a realistic view of how the game currently stands. Which sort of circles back to the initial point of this video. I sort of got a bit off topic discussing the current state of it. But is Sea of Thieves worth playing? Is it worth starting your adventures with this game in 2025 or 2026 or beyond? And again, I'll reiterate that yes, it is. There are two truths here. Sea of Thieves is fun, and there is a huge plethora of things to do in this game, especially for a new player. But it's also not getting as much content as it once was. Do I think that this means the game isn't worth picking up? Absolutely not. There is plenty of fun to be had here. And considering the game is fully cross-platform on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation, alongside it being included in Game Pass and often going on sale for around £20, not only can I recommend it for being fun, but it's also highly accessible for friends who play across different platforms. Also, being that it was a game built for the previous generation, it's not particularly demanding, so even those people who have older PCs should be able to enjoy it. That's all I have to say, really. I'm not a game reviewer, so I'm not really here to talk about technical aspects or benchmarks or anything like that. I could talk about them, but this is more of just an opinion piece about a game that I love. I feel like there's a lot of conversation about Sea of Thieves, about it being dead, about it being contentless, and I would love if at least one person saw this video and realised the opposite. I do think that Sea of Thieves is worth trying, because even at 7 years old, I've never played a game that offers the same experience, nor the same incredible sunsets. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, I'd appreciate a like and a comment and a subscription if you fancy. But either way, thanks again, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.